No surprise whatsoever about it. Fast smoke out towards garbage to try and force rotations backwards, but they don't have any intention of rotating in through to B. The CTs will be looking to receive. B stick back behind the smoke, but it's Fozil to be trying to scale in front and above it. Truck's not going to give him too much cover, though he decides to go back to Dice where the plant comes in default.
He's sick. He's just waiting behind this smoke. Go fours, that'll change things a little bit. Numbers advantage. Ruby got a nice little post barn set up, but it could be dismantled here. B-Stick for the first. Looking for a second as well, and got support. So it's all down to who can hit the shot, and B-Stick seems to be the answer right now. Double stack up close. All one has to do is tuck, and it's working. Trades are keeping them off this C4. They cannot pull off the defuse just yet. Down to one man, and they've got enough time as well. Kit or not, it does not matter. Sinners, that's a great retake.
That's a really interesting smoke coming out from Ruby, as Kisarek will be giving Shock a little bit of love as well for the defuse. But it's just, normally when you see these faster plays out towards the A-bomb site, one of the biggest advantages that you can get is if you have the fast garbage smoke, retake with flashes, look at it sort of like retaking the B side of Inferno when you have utility, something like it. Oh, Kaide. Thought he had that for a second.
Suppose for a brief moment. Only down, will keep Passinator at bay. This one should be relatively simple to shut down. For this in the side, but I say that. Tech 9 drive by, Kisarek will fall. If Ruby can get a bomb plant out of this round, they'd actually be pretty damn happy with it. Aussie, nice shot. We'll catch Shock. A spot now as well. Yeah, 45 seconds. 3 versus 3. They could actually squeeze a plant out, potentially.
So much of this will fall down on a B-stick. And whatever he can find. Smoke not on Monster means that he'll never be able to feel comfortable rotating backwards. It also puts it in a very awkward position for Stresserin. So he'll always have to play the alphabets. B-Stick now spotted. Spots out the bomb as well. Not sure if he registered it. Now he has. Drops it as well. Kaide, though, the boost will be netting him one. They've got B-Stick's position down, so they think. A deep flash gives him a great peek. Fantastic stuff to come through from Beppo, and Fozil on the flank back in from Monster is just going to be cut off and sidelined. That is a nice flash. I'm going to be honest with you. That might have saved the day. Let's see what Stresserin has to do over here in the banana area. A little bit solo, and he decides to back off. Kisarek, in the meanwhile, elsewhere on the map finds Fozil. A peek from Fozil into short later on in the round will go punish, and with that, Sinners feel like they can go for more of a defensive position.
Okay, so Runic snuck his way forward. Oh, I say that. Queen with the AWP will find B-Stick. Not a nice way to go. With Stress on 15 points of HP, this is looking like a potential good round on the cards here. Peepo Orp on the flip side does need to go huge, but he'll play Bogdan's Law, so Stress on will pick it up. 40 seconds, in they come. They sort of have to commit now towards this site, but why not if you're finding the kills?
Peepo's going to be missing out on the incendiary over here as well. He was really hoping to play some sort of blind denial, even if Stresserin dies. So I'm surprised that he takes the peek before, maybe frazzled by the smoke. But the call has been made. It's a rotation back to B, and it has to be second guessed because Kaide's lost his life. And suddenly in the 3v3, you've also lost track of where Stresserin could be. He's rotated backwards. He's more worried about guaranteeing the rotation of his teammates rather than getting a kill on the ascending T-side players. I mean, it's his life that's causing him to second guess it, but now utility's all gone. It's a battle of guns, and those guns can't find anyone. Trunic is going to make it harder for it to be pursued. T-side in the postman looks untouchable right now. I don't know how you get back onto the side of the CTs.
I think you're right. Trunic should have one dead to the right here, but it looks like the Orp might not even peek. There's a shoulder spotted a Kisarek, but yeah, they're long gone. Save is called. Ruby going to get their first round on the board, and nothing that can be done by Sinners. They're just going to shell up and save.
Oh. Goodbye, Hasanada. that aggression that we wanted, maybe not coming through in the most conventional ways, and now you need the op to strike. TPu out of the open is still able to find Kaida, who is trying to catch him off guard, and with that, Ruby are forced to rely on TrueNick. His shoulders feeling heavy, as he is going to be the primary point of contention. Stressor and doesn't realize he's crept all the way past forward. The jump does not spot any crouching players, but now with the op to rotate, TPu gets both.
That's huge. Down to 2, 30 seconds. Clock is ticking here, and Fozzy and McQueen got to do something. Pretty star-studded here in a 2 versus 4. I feel like with the lack of commitment by McQueen here, this is already a pseudo save that's coming through. We'll have a look in with the rifle, all for naught, and actually McQueen will follow suit, so his AWP will drop as well.
It's a chance to push in through the smoke. The flashbang dodge shock only fires 2 shots out. If that was this full spray, he would have gotten at least 1 and maybe even stopped this push that's coming over. Reposition is nice. It gives it space for the Heaven players to continue to force them back into their own crossfire. Fozzel creeping through. He's been undetected so far. He won't be able to find the kill. Shock's been a little bit too omnipresent. Now the problem that comes in is that TrueNick is separated from the rest of his team, who are going to be cordoned off likely from Stressor. And
they have to still be careful of that flank. It's brewing somewhere. They've got to expect that there's some level of a long play, whether that's long bathrooms or long itself. And actually, Stress is making a move. Oh my god, he's in behind. He gets one, and that'll now put a clock, and they pinch it in. There's no way. 15 seconds. TPu's here, posted, and a shutdown. It's a flawless round for Sinners. That was really, really nicely played. Stress on that move, expertly timed. It feels like the slightly clipped wings, but these are nice moments here, and you can see where building blocks are in this side. TPu looking fantastic. He's looking really strong. VSiC actually put up the numbers that we want to see. Kissereg, bold swing doesn't pay off.
Quick little reface, and now they're worried about the boost as well. The double nade out towards the woodwalks will be showing itself off as well, but with the smoke out into short, it becomes a much more tricky push for the Monte players. Already one down. Kaida is next, and it's going to be cleanup crew coming in on the B bomb site. TrueNick the only one to fight back, and he's still got USBs to deal with. Beppo 9-3 now, as it feels like he's really been racking up the numbers.
56.5% seated at it, so actually less than what it was before it was taken out of the pool. It was a lot more lopsided back then.
I wonder if things are going to start becoming more so later on as well, but for now it's trades, and Betclic is a master of them. Deep Grenade would have taken down McQueen if he kept peeking. He is out of there. That's some good stuff from Sinners. Once again, fully getting control out towards long, resetting back in, and then you've immediately got Beppo to replace out for any sort of lurking presence in short. 2 players still on B, and Ruby don't have anywhere to go. They don't have any flashbangs, so entering the B bomb site will prove to be incredibly difficult. You're relying on just the perfect shot being hit, or for Fozzel, maybe the perfect timing. That timing's not there. McQueen, his time's run out.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Gonna break open that smoke. Spot Hasnator behind it, but he's got the right idea. He's got an inkling. It's brewing there for him. But whether he can find... I mean, Hasnator, I think at this point, we're probably trying to angle to save, but even that might be a luxury he's not given. They're going to swing. Kissereg's going to see him off. A confident play from him for Sinners to find yet another round.
Ruby's not really been looking particularly promising on any of these force buys, and this is where the problem comes in of leadership. You really want to see just a pocket strat. You really want to just see a nice set of smoke coming out, keeping in mind that this is their map pick. And right now, the strat is clear. Snake up Banana. Molly's in the back of the truck. And hope to God that Stressor doesn't take you all down. God has answered for now, but the problem is Betclic comes in behind as well. And him and Kissereg are putting their minds and bodies together to demolish anything Ruby has to offer. McQueen, 1 versus 2. The numbers sound doable, but when he's harassed up by nades, down to 4 HP... possibilities feel limited in the best of cases.
There's another nade as well is the thing I'm looking at. Shock's got it. Any sort of plant where, especially if they go for a transformer plant.
They clear out A, they move back over. There should not be a bomb out of here either. The hair being tapped, the grenade will finish it off. Even if it does end up being the bomb to go down, it is a quick death for McQueen. Maybe even merciful. Say that's always been helpful. Ay, 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 look at this. The bombardment doesn't get worse.
Wow.
Even a smoke expended to try and save the corpse of Fozil, but he's been cremated. So now you've got one less smoke.
TPu posted. Nice angle. All he needs is a pick, so he is very careful of the boost. Smart reposition, knowing that boost is a possibility. Assassinator, if your shoulder peeks around that corner, you are dead to right. Oh, missed shot. Struggling enough to get the information. He gets the information, there's an AWP there. Smartly falls away.
This is still a very one-sided commitment to be, and you know why that is. It's because they don't have resources, but without those resources, you can't push away people either. And one flash that McQueen has, where does it go?
Yeah, the question, isn't it? Has to be the best flash we've ever seen. I guess nice high and open in towards B and hope it's enough, but even that is a big ask. Double Molotov and smoke also to work with, which might help a little bit, but let's see. There's the first 4 people. Stress on as well. Gonna get another. We're going for no scopes here, so we're trying to style on them. And style is one way. It's another flawless round for Sinners. 9-2 now, a 7-round buffer. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Some kind of unorthodox rounds, but not in a good way. I don't know. Yeah, it's a very wild call.
Stresser right now, he's going to find a man turned around while he's on fire. This has got to be messy comms. That's the only way you can excuse that, and even that's a questionable excuse. Stresser now goes back over, looking to fight further ahead, and he could get the flank, or just, why not just take it in the face? McQueen will take a knee. Bomb's been dropped. 4 versus 3.
And should be added to. It's a little labored, but somehow Truly couldn't punish. I think he had plenty of opportunities there. Couldn't do it. Now it's a 4 versus 2, but Pincher start with the HP of Assassinator. Granted, still pretty bad towards B-Stick as well, but this is all on the shoulders of Fozil. He has to pull off something pretty nuts here, and it feels pretty unlikely.
Hey!
There we go.
He
There's
might
one.
be about to do it. You've got the smoke and Assassinator. If you can get a nice heaven smoke coming up from spawn, Fozil can start funneling players back over towards ALPHABET. Pepper's taking his time and he's the one leading the charge, but you need that smoke. Even if it's not in heaven, you need it on the site. Will Assassinator deployed? He's just scared is the issue. He's expecting someone to come flanking in, but Sinners have elected to go for numbers, not position. With 18 seconds, the smoke can go onto the bomb side. The bomb can attempt to be planted. The incendiary will do nothing. Of course it won't. There's a smoke over there. But with flashes flying over, it does feel like Fozil's game to win. Assassinator has provided him another assist. His HP will not be conducive. He's likely going to play for the late round or the trade. But now it feels like the former. B-Stick makes his way over. He's got low HP. People might have to make first contact despite having the AWP, but there's just so many angles to clear, and B-Stick's not been able to find them. The backstab comes in. It's a quick little hello, and it might be a quick goodbye. People cannot trace out Fozil, and he has done the impossible. It's round number 3, and it's all down to this man.
Yeah. All right. Get a pistol. That might be enough. A bit of a start, but even that's a bit of an ask as well. Oh, the start by Trunik has the support of the dualies. 2 are there. This is a pretty big stack towards B, and 1 that seems to really be working. Back turn, what's happening? Running out of ammo. This is carnage, but it is kind of working for Ruby.
Yeah? Potentially going to be showing us more levels of discomfort, right? T-side's always harder to get together on a map like Overpass in an official game, this being their first official and all, and right now, that's not a good start to their first gun round. Fozil will be the key factor over here. If he can take down Stresser, and this round becomes a whole lot more easy, but McQueen's missed shot is going to be punished. Suddenly Fozil relying completely on Kaida to be able to find success. Kaida 3-12 so far. His game has been rough, but he's got redemption on the line over here. An incendiary that goes out both from Fozil and from the back is going to be pushing the T's into uncomfortable positions. TPu is going to go through the flames back to toilets and playing for the retake, or rather for the post plant. That one flashbang he has could also end up being incredibly useful for a anti-plant situation. Kisarek is docked away into Shroud. The question is, what is People going to be looking to do? That flashbang will become even more important. Kisarek, great stuff. Knife out in the middle of the bomb, and he's just making sure the defuse can never come in. People's picked up another one, and while it's being tapped away, the knife will be what finishes. Kisarek is single-minded.
You know, whether it's going through the Molotov the second that bomb goes down, it's worth it for the space alone. Not to be caught between a rock and a hard place on the site itself. Giving yourself a little bit of space between the bomb and where you are. People will start well. That is a bold swing from Hasanator. Not one, that works out. And Kados takes a lot of spam damage through the woods. So, not the start that Ruby wanted in response. They lose this. Money's broken. 11th is taken by Citizen. Kind of the 12th as well. They might even just, if they lose this, just force the rest of this map.
Fantastic stuff from Kaido over there. Kisarek is completely caught off guard. Ruby might need another one of those kills if they want to be able to avoid that fate that you are alluding to now. There's still enough utility on this T side to be able to muster together and execute for B. And Ruby realized if they start to push forward, it'll be Kaida to be taking an off angle, just guaranteeing Shrunic a scent back out towards short. If they can just find Shock, they should have the round going their way. But what a shot from Shock! Fully exploiting the lack of head armor. Now Trunic's going to be in an even more difficult position as he's been tagged down, spotted out. He does get away with his life, but on the reload has to be careful. Stresserin waits for the Molotov, but it's a grenade that could end up finishing off Trunic. Regardless, it's instead a headshot. And now while the stack is being assembled, McQueen will not be given any targets to find. The smoke is obscuring vision. Ruby don't have a way into the site. They don't have a kit. They don't have the utility necessary to cover off both angles. This should be a safe call.
It will be a save. MP9 at M4 kept alive, but Sinners inch closer and closer to take an overpass and getting a really nice debut overpass under their belt since being brought back into the pool. It's obviously a map that they haven't had the chance to play yet. Ruby, they've gone for the force pipe. It is the right call. It's the only call you really properly can make it. There's just no point ecoing and giving up the 12. So they're going to go for a little bit of the bolder play and hope that they can, right here, right now, change the odds, change the momentum.
Fossil is in his little hidey hole, but Shock is the rat catcher. Takes a lot of damage for it, but hey man, gets it done. Peepo, oh no. Peepo's not in a good position at all over here. Shock was low, so he could never provide the support that was necessary, and because of that, they lose out on the AWP. Now, it's all collected back from the CTs, and they're not going to be in a position to ever do so, but the Ts will always want to safeguard it just in case. So, it does start to become a little bit positionally limiting.
Oh,
that's good.
Yeah, that's a really nice find. The timing of that's actually quite excellent too. And I like the pause goal behind it because it forces movement out from Ruby. They have to try and level the playing field. And actually, it's all about this one. Technically, Beastie, he has the advantage here. I don't know whether Cade will clear this close corner. And even if he does, well, he's got the AWP in support. There's one. Shock. He's low. So with that MP9, just needs to be a little careful.
Oh god, the Molotov declare out toxic over here, but the problem is the time. 25 seconds, Shock will be leading the charge. It should be Stresserin to be playing trade. McQueen peeks out initially. Shock can't get it down over here either. Remember, he was low from the earlier duel, all down to Stresserin. Molotov gives him space to whittle it down to just the one, but is he ready at all for Kaida to be coming in from behind? Bomb being planted, Stresserin will be allowed to recover and take the duel. The shots are missed, and Kaida can't get it. It's a quick clutch from Stresserin. Fantastic stuff to keep it in the hands of Sinner.
Double FAMAS, MP9, UMP, and one M4 for McQueen. That is it.
Are they trying to...
Oh.
Shock will end up falling over here. People's going to take him down because he doesn't like a weak man. People spots out weakness and eliminates it regardless of which team it's on. It does end up coming through from a more defensive route, but if they start pushing forward, Stresserin's timing could not be better over here. He's going to end up revealing his position now. Kind of realizes how close he is. He wants to use that MP9 to perfection. It's Beepo to pull out the deagle once again. The haphazard spray will give him nothing, and he doesn't have teammates, so he has to fight his way out. Hasanator was low. Had he had more bullets on the Deagle, this could have still been a 2-on-2, but now Beastic's been left alone. A round that feels unlikely even in the best of times.
Beastic, yeah, we need something real special here. And sure, Hasnator's very low. Trinity's not exactly super healthy, but it's just the time that doesn't favor him. In seconds now to get 3 kills out of this and a bomb plant. I mean, if he plants bank, he actually gets a plant here. There's the big thing. It's just whether he crosses. And yeah, doesn't have time. Too late. So why not make it expensive? And, well, I'll do exactly that. Fair play. Or scooped back up. So does make it expensive. Only an AK saved. And it will still have a knock-on effect to Ruby's econ. A lot of decent space, actually, for Sinners here. All doing this silently. 2-1 spotted by Peepo. Not quick enough to react to shoot, but good information gained. Fozzo, is he being held for? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And Peepo just swinging by, catches him, and carries on. Now they got the advantage heading towards A.
McQueen's the only one who can make a difference with the UMP. It doesn't feel like the weapon for the job, and it isn't. There's another SMG on the other side of it. Kaida is finding a little bit more success as he's playing around in the smoke, dodging knives and stopping plants. This is a man unleashed, finally. A performance that we have been waiting for. The star player that's been missing from the dim skies of Ruby. But it's still a lot of time for the T side to be able to try and guarantee the plant. Kisserek goes a little bit more passive, and Peppo takes aggression out of their hands. With that, Shock can just defend. Only Trunic left, a 1v3, no access points to the bomb site. As he turns back, it'll be Peepo that he is once again up against. 18-8 on the T side, man. Once Opera, now holder of Galil, has already got 2 kills, will make it 3 to cap it all out. It is a fantastic showing from Sinners. They will steal Ruby's map pick away from them.
Yeah, really, really effectively done as well, right? We have to talk about just how simple it was for Sinners ultimately.
Right into the action we go, as it will be Sinners trying to fight in and fight forward to take their own map pick as well. It looked like Overpass was something they picked for themselves, but Ruby are hoping to make fools of the once upon a time Czech side.
And the question is, can they, right? Because that was a pretty rough map number 1 from Ruby in sort of every facet.
Trunic had a couple of moments. Right now, he's hoping to have his own time as well. It's going to be the full swings to start coming forward, but Stresserin and Kisserek are going to be able to keep these CTs away. Keep an eye out for Kaida because he's going to be on the flank. Readies it up. Head's been taken off, and now comes Panic Station. Shock, the only one who can deliver. 2 players are low, remember that, never forget. So it really does come down to just taking out that healthy man. That healthy man is out and gone, but he does not have time, cannot trace out the bomb. Wasn't fully planted for him. And at the end of the day, Fossil will even get that kill.
Chance for Ruby to now start trying to build something, and a lovely swing.
And how? Both of those double kills was coming through in quick succession. Really looked like Ruby was going to have the better of it with the quick 3-man swing, but yeah. Sinners are not just going to get the kill, but they're going to recollect and start going back towards the more reinforced bomb site. They don't realize it, but this could be the wrong call. Fossil, excellent position, but it also is one he will struggle to move away from. He is committed, and that commitment will cost him. Only one on the bomb site. It'll be the switch out. 10 bullets still in that A1, and McQueen is really hoping he goes overlooked. That's exactly what happened. He's been having his prayers pay off. The bomb can be interrupted before it's planted. Is lining them both up. Kill number 1, kill number 2. McQueen does it all.
Yeah, really smartly played.
And look, we also have to remember and give the qualifier that Overpass, Ruby only played it once, unofficial, yada yada yada. We're all just fair game for everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to see the best from Sinners. We need to see the best from Ruby. And right now, for Sinners, they're hoping that their best can come in the form of this half-buy and the Tech 9s and some Kevlar committed. McQueen is good for 1, and Kaida is already starting to rack up the numbers he was missing in Overpass. That wall of smokes that was hoping to try and get some digits dialed will instead have some T-side players dying. Presser in, at least some damage dealt. That damage extended. You're back to a 2v2. It's all come collapsing down. And there's still a crossfire that can be maintained. B6 decides not to. And Stresser in will be caught, I believe, trying to reload that M4A1. Treacherous weapon to pick up.
Yeah, and what does B-Stick do now? 1 versus 2, sure, but half HP, no armor, no utility, and a Tech 9. Sure, this round has been made a little expensive, bring it down to 2, but there's no chance here. bomb dropped in an basically unrecoverable spot, and he's got to hit 2 insane shots there to be in for a chance. It's not 2B. Hasanator, he'll close it. Yeah.
That's not where the smoke's supposed to go now.
No, most definitely not. Oh my god, I was going to say, it puts Stresson in a bit of trouble, and he does thankfully get out. I was looking a little dicey for a brief moment. It'll break open that mid-smoke. You stick on the left-hand side of it. They'll know about this, man. McQueen, this should be an absolute freebie, and it is. Easy work as people gets caught. Everything's slotting into place for Ruby, it seems, and so are all of the kills.
All right. We've still got 2 players for Sinners who are trying to just find damage and bomb run. That money will be able to extend forward, and the damage is found. You're now back to a 2v3. Rotation from Forzil is the only one that could try and impact the round. Kisarek only has to cover off the window side of things. The rotation to come in from short is going to be very far gone. Trunic is not present at all. The first peek will come from Forzil. Shock not feeling comfortable to take matters into his own hands, so Kisarek now has to go play for the ace. Never easy, but he's making it look possible. 1v2 now, position sussed out, but he's not going to have missed the call. Still ahead, spotted, given up. Hasanator taking a risk with that duel. It is a good recovery in the 2v5, but it's not enough from Sinners. You guys really go make it hard to learn your language. I hope you realize that.
We got a lot more where they came from as well.
Well, Trunic's got a lot more where his shots have been coming from. He's been having a slower start to Mirage, but in the early stages of Overpass, we did see what he can get done. TPu with an important response. TPu was probably the most instrumental player of Overpass coming into it. You're not going to see that same impact over here on Mirage. It feels very unlikely to have that replicated.
Okay. Keep smoking me thrown here by Forzil. You'll play behind it. Oh, and he gets a kill as well. That timing couldn't have been worse for Stresson.
I was saying it's time to go. No eyes on this B-bomb side. Forzil has been left alone to try and take care of short, an angle that will not be addressed or needed to be addressed. Flash is missed though, and that means the grenade can sail through. Kaida, good for 1, good for 2. The round is over. People's only fighting for scraps.
Nice. Forzil making sure as well as he's looking for a bit of a hunt. Yeah, he's just trying to see if he can catch Pipo on that tail end, and he is still trying to search, but he won't have enough time at the end there. 5-0.
He needs to get a multi-kill. There's no doubt about it. He's going to be able to put himself in a good position. Is there a Molotov to try and flush him out? There isn't. A couple of flashes and a smoke, and when he loses the kill, that makes it even more difficult. He doesn't get any information from it either. The CTs have no idea what the call is going to be. They still have to worry about a late round mid hit as well, because there is plenty of time for the Sinners.
Right. Just having a little jiggle peek. Right idea here, but finally feels like things are going well, and actually Shock. Massive double kill. So crisp, both of those shots as well. Smoke to come towards front con. No chance for Ruby in this one. So finally a round for Sinners to work and to build upon.
I'm going to be frank about it. That is an incredible round. That shows me very little of what Sinners' formula is going to be, though, right? I mean, you just have a Shock getting this great 1 versus 1 under Trunic, and then kind of styling on them in more ways than one. It's a good setup, right? Because Shock feels comfortable taking those peaks because of B6's presence with it. B6 is hoping to swing from behind him while they hunt down Forzil. You've also then just got, a great shot on the CT player who knows that he doesn't have a retreat pathway and needs to take a fight. Fair enough. That setup enables Shock skills, but that setup's failed for them many times before. It all comes down to what it should be. No, it must be Valve. The conclusion we all come to eventually.
If in doubt, blame Valve, and there we go. Stress on the first 2-4. Pressure being put on towards Forzil with that Molotov, but reposition, and McQueen nearly gets a second behind it too.
B6's been taken down by kind of just taking a dry peek into middle as well. Man, I just can't. I get that these are kind of aggressive lurkers, right? So they don't want to use utility. But you do have 2 players in mid, and when you are going for this aggressive line outward short, I'd love to see a flashbang. I'd love to see any sort of presence at all. Kaida continues to dominate. He just goes out in the middle again, makes it into a 4 versus 2 with Shock basically being a dead man. I'm not loving what I'm seeing from Sinners, not at all.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's very, very dicey, very rough around the edges for them. You find a round and then you go back to having this one, which is so flat, left on the shoulders of Shock. 17 points of HP. No chance. Yeah, sure, a constellation kill probably on the cards here for the Orb. He's a little scared of him turning for a second there, but all he can do is save, and he'll keep hold of the Orb. That's as good as it gets. It's not even really worthwhile calling it a silver lining either. Slower round once again, but we're going to hit towards A here, and this time everybody's coming to join. KATe up close. He has an idea, but Beastic, nice reaction, can't make it a second behind it. 2 players spotted on the site still. One with the Orb deep in towards CT, another somewhere in these smokes, and they can't quite find him. Finally, they do.
McQueen is minutes away. The smoke is still interrupting any sort of sightline that he will have. Stressrun, incredibly important to just make sure that you can clear out connectors so Stressrun can feel comfortable and safe in this position. Eventually, the bomb needs to be planted, and it might start to be dialed in after the smoke's already faded. That opens things up for McQueen to be able to interrupt it should you make even the slightest of mistakes. The Molotov doesn't sail deep enough. Stressrun now with the flashbang will try and punish. That punishment now evaded as well. Bomb will go down, but you've lost every advantage you had. McQueen still hidden away. Another deep flash, and how much will it do? These CTs have time on their side because the digits are still not dialed. The attempt to go back to B is going to be made. Stressrun is just playing distraction, and the CTs won't realize it. They'll keep on taking views. McQueen, who's been alive on this site for the longest of times, is going to be now moving back over. Realizing too late that it is going to be a B hit, but this is still right down to the nick of time. If he'd just taken the sideline into short, he could have still won it for his team. Messy, messy business.
Yeah, exactly that. If he had just held from default in towards short, he probably catches. As just discussed, right? You give yourself the chance. You put pressure on the finances. You start maybe building upon something. I would hate a dry peek here, though, and we do exactly that. So an easy one for McQueen.
I don't know what to say about this, man. You're in a 2 versus 4 again. You know their money was bad again. You're going in again with the dry peaks. KATe will fall. McQueen continues to have impact that there are very few ways to justify. But he is taking advantage of every duel in front of him. This one likely to be no different, even though TPu does take his head off. It's a 1 versus 2. Time being his primary enemy. Positions don't feel terrible for him as Hasanator is caught in confusion. TPu with the advantage brings it back to just the 1. If you ever needed a hero, he's here. He's ready. He's TPu.
Wow. Massive 1 versus 3 coming through from Sinners. My God.
But they've changed things up. It's going to be a 3-man, really 4-man swing down middle. They get fully aggressive. They find out that there's no one over here, and now they can recollect. TrueNick just has to be careful not to lose his life in the meanwhile. So you see he's already used his scant utility early on. That's good to keep him alive. That's a little bit less good to keep a hold of that site when the smoke goes down. TrueNick had to aggress, and in that he loses the duel. Kisarek now ducked away, still more aggressive than McQueen might be ready for, and that adjustment could not be better. This is excellent positional play, and KATe cannot punish.
Yeah, nice work. No ability to trade is exactly what you want. KATe jumping up, Beastic, right idea here. Should win this every day of the week, but falls asleep. I don't know, he looked like he was dead to rights there, but didn't pull the trigger.
A little bit of minimap gazing, perhaps. Oh my God, KATe almost gets it done as well. 4 versus 2 is still here, and Hasanator with a Molotov to force him forward into the duel is good for 1. It's not the one he was going for, funnily enough. And Basil should just be getting the hell out of there. Difficult showing for Sinners.
Yeah.
But they've put themselves in a position to still even things out at the end of the half.
Yeah, it's not, you know, generally speaking, this wouldn't be an impossible attempt for Fossil if he had a kit. But just because of the low HP of Kisarek and TPu and stress on being in that 1-tap headshot spot, but he didn't have the confidence.
A lot of Ruby's success earlier on came out through the hands of Fossil. I wouldn't be surprised to see an attempt being made for him getting aggressive in apartments again. Mid-side pressure hasn't given them too much because largely Sinners has relegated that. Now that's not the case, and that relegation being lacking means Shock can get one, maybe fight for two. Advantage was there, but Hasanator's adjustment a bit too good. Trunic now close in the smoke. The MP9 can be deadly, especially when Stressern turns around while the smoke is fading. Yet too many angles to take care of, but Kisarek, he's always in the right position. These last 3 rounds have been all him. Oh. The grenade on McQueen will make things even more difficult. He might be lightning, but this is a tournament for Thunder.
Yeah, absolutely. Kisarek, nice work. McQueen falls, and the last man of Fossil again in a 1v3, but this one a considerably less winnable one. And it should be dead to rights. He is. Kisarek will close his 3rd kill in the round as Sinners a valiant recovery. Odds favoring Sinners as well, and I've got to agree, to be fair, Ruby, they've fallen flat, and Sinners look like they've finally woken up.
That's the greenest looking smoke I've ever seen in Beastrix's hands.
Oh,
Trunic's gone. That's not great. That duel was supposed to go the other way around now that you're on the D side. Trunic, I was bigging you up. Still, the real duels come in on the B. It is Stresser to be taken down. Fossil on the side, still maneuvering around that kid. Kisarek good for 1. He's going to maintain control with the help of Shock. Bomb still yet to be planted. Shock is making his way back over and into the site. They don't want this bomb to be going down, and I don't think Kaido will have a chance to even get his hands on it, let alone push any numbers.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No AWP over here, so remember he can still be punished for that rifle theoretically. And AK can get the better of him. Shock is ready. What an angle. What an adjustment. What a man.
You're damn right. Queen so flashed. Thank God for Trunic there, I guess, though. This is a nasty pincer.
You need to fight your way out of this one, Fossil. Oh, he gets the advantage and he can't get the kill, Fossil.
No.
You are doing so well.
That's an oversight.
That breaks. The camel's back. McQueen. What's he gonna ride now? This camel doesn't have a back. There aren't any horses in Mirage.
Yeah, what does he actually do, right? You know, you can't plant safely anywhere here. I mean, this is such a nice setup for this. One towards Con. Oh, the flank was a big part of it, but who really cares? Beastig surely gets overlooked there. And even if he doesn't, TPu is posted. Disgusting setup. So well played by Sinners. There's no breaking that down.
Kisberg is rightfully worried about Palace. Trunic finds him, takes him down. Trunic's been able to get a couple of sneaky kills from there so far, but hasn't affected the course of the rounds. This is a very good 5 versus 4, though. The CTs will have to be careful.
Yeah, they do. I think, though, finding Shock will help, but Beastick will bite back, and at least put a bit of pressure on. People right at their right hold. He's got to hit this shot, and then probably try and get another behind it, as he buys time for this rotation to come through. Beastick playing above the smoke, though.
It's an excellent position over here. You can't get the bomb plant in. The problem is going to be the flank. Fossil comes in from behind. He's not going to be expected. Stresser in. By the time he starts to turn, it's going to be all too late. Fossil with the double. Great setup for him. Leaves people alone. Clark says he's found before, but now that he knows that he doesn't have a path to retreat, he might as well go for this one. McQueen ready and waiting. Ruby with their first round win in the last 10 rounds. At the same time, it's a big opportunity for them as well. Sinners could lose all of their economy. Sirek, so important in these last few, and Hasanator doesn't feel like you can really challenge. What is that shot?
Wow.
Disgusting. Filthy. There's only one defender over here on the A-bomb site. Shock's got a lot to do. The rest of the CTs will start to save sooner rather than later. People cannot provide him any support, and when no one is watching Connecta, no one's taking care of poor little Shocks. Well, Shock, but also no one is taking care of poor little Shocks either, to be fair. Nakamai didn't really work out for him.
Oh. Well, down goes TPu, and down goes Sinners' chances in this round. Ruby, they are back alive and fighting. These are back-to-back nice rounds. Not only nice rounds, but really, really clean ones at that too. Beastic lost man left after stress down falls. Even him saving might be a little hard come by. This, does he get checked? Yes, is the answer. Hasnader to make sure, as he does his due diligence. Nobody's staying alive for Sinners. Money broken means an eco here. Okay, well. Back in towards mid, but Beastic. He'll get that first. That's a big opener to take, and the fact that it's completely untraded.
He's also got so much map control that they can actually feel comfortable getting Stressor to start rotating away. The only reason why he doesn't is because he's worried about any sort of short presence to be coming through. You'd think that Kisserek can cover that off, but even though there isn't that smoke left, he isn't going to have a sight line on for Kaida. Stressor goes back and starts playing semi-anchor. Beastic still in a very uncomfortable position to deal with. Util on Ruby is good, at least for the B side hit, right? You've got the smoke and a ton of flashes, but losing Kaida is going to be critical. CTs will start to rotate sooner rather than later. Beastic should be good for damage even if he doesn't quite get the kill. And that should be enough. The kill is a cherry on top, and this man is serving cakes, not cherries over here. 3 in total. Beastic delivers a very similar round to what Fozil was doing on Ruby's side to give them the early start. Sinners will not lose their lead. Not yet.
Yeah, that's for sure. And York might not stay alive here because TPu's making sure. Can actually be scooped up as well if he'd like, and he'll gladly take it. They're being set up for ladder. We'll force stress on out, and he has to make noise to get out, but it's fine. It's okay. MP9 was sort of dipping and diving between angles, didn't really know where to look. And Sinners are going to reset. The question with the reset is, are Sinners just full saving this now that they lost the B site? It looks like they are.
That's just that one Molotov that does it all. Frankly speaking, if Stressor is in a position to be able to fight for short, that becomes a significantly more difficult take over the B-bomb site. You isolate B-stick, that MP9 is pretty much useless as well. That's some good stuff, and Hasnader wants to go out on the hunt as well on top of it all, and he's not done yet. This CT side is going to be hard-pressed to keep these players alive.
You're right. I mean, shock. Here's all this info. That's a freebie. Flash down as well, just in case anybody was close, but they're not. Actually looks like both of them have just slipped the net by being on opposite sides of the A site.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Ruby's doing to set themselves up over here, because we've had some really good rounds from Hasnader on this T side. He really struggled on CT, wasn't able to deliver numbers, but maybe wasn't needed from him. Now Sinners have gone for a crazy call. It's a double-double out towards Main and Palace. This sounds like an American burger order, but man, does it taste good.
Yeah, exactly. Well, opening kill is nice. AK scooped up the spam. It's the right idea behind that smoke. It's just whether they get the timing for it. Peepo, he's going to be called upon. He's got to hit some hard shots, but thankfully he has the rifle of Beastic here in support.
Everyone's starting to rotate. Kisserek's position is everything. They've cleared out Palace, so they know they can completely take the A-bombs. If they want to, that is troublesome. You can't be out in the open like that without mid-presence. The double kill going into the B-bomb site should be all she wrote, but the smoke's gone too deep. That gives them a chance. Incendiary, it's late. Bomb, it's planted. And despite the deep smoke, you're not going to have a pathway to recovery. Stressor just shoots right through it. 3 versus 2. Advantage found. McQueen has to do it all. The cross being covered by the orb should be enough. There's still that CT smoke giving them space to move. Out goes Shock. In goes Shock. Kaida's head gone. McQueen smoked off. So much to do. Flashes in his face. A diffuser on the bomb. Tech9 lining it up. Can he get it? Yes, he can, but it won't be enough. It's still 12 for Sinners. Match point will be found.
God, that's such an ugly round, though, from Sinners, man. I mean, Peepo getting caught in transition, but I don't even know why he's transitioning. I feel like we don't need to, right?
Not easy to move past. But for Ruby, They've also been stalled by a smoke out towards the B apartments. Beestick is trying to prioritize time and life. That's exactly what he needs, but Kisserek's demise will be the call to execute. Onto the B-bomb site they go. Peepo needs to hit, needs to commit. Will be able to get a shot off but not find the kill. Now it's back over to short that he's worried about. Beestick was put under too much pressure. That setup would never have worked.
No, it's another really ugly round here from Sinners, man. In a similar vein towards that previous, which I don't think they deserve to walk away with the previous round. That one's exactly the same.
One thing's for sure, everyone's forgotten about overpass. And that's what we need going into overtime. Execute on the A-bomb side will not be easy. That Molotov does nothing to shock, and you've seen people trying to keep himself alive. That is crazy. First contact comes in from Connector, and McQueen, sure he falls. Shock's double is cute and all, but that's not giving you the round.
He might have an angle to save. Not that saving is really necessary if you're just bringing rifles in, but he's got no chance here. Right call. We'll stick around, see if there's any Ectors on offer. Maybe an AK scooped up would be nice, but it's a lackluster aim duel by him. And Fossil wins it with ease.
Shock's got his op out over here as well. They're hoping the secondary can be what helps them deliver some rounds. He's gone. Immediately loses his life, and Beastick's got a good angle, but only be good for the one. And all in the meanwhile, Hassanada, he doesn't even need to find the kill. Kind is able to get it done. Stressor, and was supposed to be that second angle coming in from B short to make up for some of their mistakes and problems, and maybe he can still do so, but it'll have to be after the bomb's been planted. This post plant won't be the easiest, but Bepo has got really good util to flush out McQueen. Nade on point. Molly could really just finish his life off. Smoke it instead. The Molly out towards a main.
Yeah. Panticking.
Incendiary. They clear out almost everything, but both players are going to be able to just peek forward. Hassanada trying to stop the defuse, will be able to do so courtesy of the grenade. All the retake util in the world for Sinners, and they will not find a kill on it. Kisserek. Grenade just bops him like a pimple. My god. Man, I do like some pimple popping now.
Yeah.
Molotov will not stop Beestick from getting a kill. It's a second as well on top of it all.
They've quite consistently been able to keep Kisserek at bay since this run has started for Ruby, where they've put up really good numbers. So it's been important, and that's where other people are required to step up. And, well, B6 being quiet until this round, a couple for him, and he's lurking somewhere backside. They just don't really know, but he is alone, is the issue.
Keeping his position over there might actually work out for him. They're trying to isolate. That makes it a 1 versus 1 before McQueen can peek back in with the op. No reason for people to accelerate, none whatsoever. But McQueen does make his way back over. If he gets the kill on a short, that's troublesome. People worried about this exact angle. Sinners will get the bare minimum. McQueen tries to take a more defensive angle. It's good. Smoke will be down. No one trying to pressure in from behind. Sinners. That B-bomb site was problematic for them.
And all the onus on Sinners here to bring the numbers back level, and it's only going to be made worse. McQueen, another for him. All of this on trade, and he might even get more behind it. Tries to get one jumping out a window, can't quite hit the shot. Second down of Arsenal. Dooley's now opted for, and he gets a dink on towards Stresson. Yeah, this one's falling apart. I don't see there being that much of a chance. He's just trying to buy time, and running out of ammo will seal this round in Ruby's favor. Deservedly now at the spot of 15. Map point for them.
He has gone by completely unnoticed. This is some cloak of invisibility coming in. Stressor as well. Pushes all the way through. This is going to be a deadly commitment onto A, but you cannot lose members on the first wave. Even if you slow things down, you can't let Hassanada eat you up like he's been having you in these past few rounds. That delay, oh, beautiful from Beestick. That delay should have been enough to allow Shock to activate, but the The problem is Fozil is now coming in from behind. Fozil is ready for a player to be in window. He will not get the... He will get... What? How does he win that duel? That's not...
Good question. Now, whenever there's... Yeah, 4 versus 4. They've got to clear the stairs player more than anything. Cade being there, such a thorn in their side. He will fall, but McQueen will peek out and find a kill of his own. And Trunic hasn't really been spotted, and McQueen's still causing issues.
A corpse giving Fawcett a little bit more security, but it's 1-for-1s until finally it's not people all alone. A clutch is how he brought them back into this game. Another one needed. And it's certainly possible with an AWP on the other side. McQueen will not be able to spot it, but he's given out audio cues. People should be expecting a second player, but he's not read it right. It won't be. It will not be. Ruby bring it back after they had the ultimate lead. They get it done in overtime, 16-13, objectively looking like the far better team. It is Nuke to decide who will be moving forward in this Group D upper bracket. Thunderpick EU World Championship qualifiers are back, and McQueen is hoping to start things off nicely. Stressern, however, elsewhere has found 1. B-Stick makes it 2. Almost gets his own head cut off by Stressern in that process, but the bomb will be planted, and Ruby are on the back foot.
Yeah, already bomb down. Chance, which feels very high in favor of Sinners. Kickstart this side well. Dooley's trying, spamming all for North, and Stress on and Shock will close it. So, yeah, really, really easy, really effective round. Not a lot we can really complain about there. They're working outside, and they're getting a lot of space here, Sinners. They've got a wealth of options now.
Oh, Stresser. Oh, he should have gone down over there, but Fozil can't finish off what McQueen started. This could be bad. This could be very, very bad. The T side might have been able to even the scores, but Hassanator is the one who could make the difference there. If Shock falls and the gun is recovered, Hassanator could have feasibly interrupted this push forward and said he will go back with just the 5-7. It's not the gun for the job, but it's not terrible for it either. Risk maintained, B-Stick down, Kisarek slowed, and in that... He does give up a chance, but is able to continue that lateral transfer off the spray. Brings it back to a 2-on-1.
I mean, how we're even into a point where this round is slightly on edge itself feels somewhat concerning, but I don't see too much of a chance here for McQueen. I mean, he's tested. He's being tested. Smoked down, and a really awkward one for Shock to try and escape from. He's just hiding in plain sight. He's just buying time. A distraction. It's a feather on the end of a string, and well, the cat's falling for it. Shock will finally go down, but not enough time for McQueen. He's got no kit. No chance in hell. It's expensive, and that's the main thing.
He's realized it too.
Yeah, Sinners are playing so patiently here. Maybe even arguably too patient. 30 seconds and the bomb's not committed at all, but they're really making sure there's no gamma sight. People, are we blind? Maybe. This is also getting a little funky as well, guys. What are we doing? How are we in a 2 versus 2? All down to 1 man. Who's also been spotted as well now towards Garage. 15 seconds, and we're still not out of sight. Finally getting down towards B as the bomb will go down, but I didn't love kind of how late that took.
I don't think Kisarek did either. Bikaida, his only hope over here is... And he somehow gets a 10-second defuse without really having to contest with anyone. Opens the door, Kisarek on the other side, but with positions revealed, Kaida, even if he gets the better off him, there just isn't the time to go for this one. He has to try and find a pathway to retreat, and if nothing else, even if he gets his kill, it's good, right? Unfortunately, that won't be the case. Still,
I'll take control on a slower take. This is how Sinners are approaching their T sides. Like we said, very patient. I was worried with how long it took in that previous round, despite it being a lower buy. And when you're against full buys, these really slow rounds don't always work out so well. Yikes. Oh, McQueen, we got to be hitting that, though.
Moves his crosshair away. That's a tough one. Gonna very quickly bit of 5 versus 3. Instead, Sinners have got full ramp control, and Kisarek's skill is instrumental. Kaida like I said before, could end up being baited into a hyper-aggressive position. That's where he loses his life. And now in the 4v4, you've got very little information. Now footsteps given over, but HOTU gives up his life as well. Fozil trades. Bomb in the open. Fozil doesn't try and play safeguard. He's waiting for TrueNick to make a move. Shock. Now he's being flanked off by an Oppa. Beastic trying to find this kill onto the Heaven player is unsuccessful. If that had come through, maybe this round would have had legs on it. But instead, it's Shock climbing a ladder, getting the hell out of Dodge.
Ruby chain like 2 or 3 more rounds together. This mentally could be shattered a bit. So I don't know. I'm concerned still. It's right. I was gonna say, I'm sure he spotted the guy to the left, but he actually gets tunnel visioned in by the guy on the left, who then pounces. Kaide, nice one between peaks again. Oh my god, shooting gallery for the AWPer.
Maybe another timeout.
Yeah,
You know,
valid.
McQueen's at 10-2.
Yeah, valid. Well. Extra low buy. Oh, nice one, that one, Pepper. That's a nice flash.
I've
Glad
used that
we
one
caught
before.
that one. Yeah. Some of my teammates and MM throwing that one, I think, every now and again. And of course, he's the first to fall. So, feels kind of fair enough off the back of that first flash.
That's all Kissarek's fault. Kisarek, he's done his job. He's found the one. McQueen, not the healthiest, but he's also losing players left, right, and center. So maybe time to find his center and just be grateful. Gratitude. Zen. Please give me a kill. Basic's in a great position over here. He could actually find HOTU should he extend, and HOTU is the only healthy player. He also feels like he has to go in. TrueNick's demise will put even more pressure on him, but actually he's going to go back to reinforce into ramp. They're trying to get a crunch in, and McQueen's reposition is good. It's really good, but it doesn't give him the shot.
Oh, well. All down to HOTU now, 1 versus 3. Bomber's just dropped out of heaven. It's actually planted. Oh, HOTU, I was going to say, he has a gap here. There's one. There's the first. And no one else is actually immediately here. If he can smoke main, but he actually opts to smoke the bomb. I was going to say, if he smoked main, he only has to isolate 1 real fight. I think the lack of contact that he's seeing is making him a little nervy, and there it is. It's Kisarek sees him off at range. Tech 9 does well. They peek together with Beastic. Go head to head, and with Kisarek coming out on top, it bolsters their chances highly. Double smoke nade combo, but Kisarek completely overlooks Fossil up close.
Really critical kill. The rest of the T side is still stuck inside lobby. They were really hoping that Kisarek would be able to find a bit more control back into the stairs, but Beastic outside is caught off. Fossil is clearing it out, and this push onto the A side just got a little bit weaker. Shock still good for 1, and Stressor will double that up. HOTU coming in for a flank from behind as Fossil keeps on fighting. HOTU's revealed position though, so he can't be sneaky about this any longer. A wide swing that's necessary, a kill that's found, but people had not committed to the bomb plant. They take the 2v1 and they take the round. It's 5-4. Sinners have found what they need on this T side. Now it's bonus rounds for the rest of the half. Util sails. And it's HOTU who's in the seas. He has been stormed out. TrueNick's 2 are what they needed. He even stays alive. Somehow the flames aren't enough.
Still a doable round, especially if Ruby don't play this properly. Bounce in, and Beastic will find the kill, and it's not even on the low player of TrueNick either.
They don't expect TrueNick to still be here.
Yeah.
TrueNick's going to get another kill. I'd bet your life on it. Yeah. Not mine. Maybe not if they're going back over towards the B-bomb site, though. Flashbang will do nothing to McQueen. They don't have a smoke to cross over. He just needs to hit 1 shot. They've realized it is 10 seconds. TrueNick gets it done. Neo, you are alive and well. And not just the one. He's doubled it up. He's tripled it up. It's the full ace from TrueNick.
No way.
A kill from Kisarek in ramp that gave them access to hell, and a good call off the back of it. And there's going to be a ramp target, and what a shot hit. Fossil is gone. there you go. Nice response from Kaida. Game still on. Hassanate is in a good position. And opening up the door, could have dropped the bomb. Does drop the bomb. Keeps it going. Ammo's run out, but he's got time to reset. A player on top of him, and he's not going to expect that. Will not have made that call out. So Trunic was hoping he'd find an empty bomb set. Instead, he's got a bullet to the back of his head.
Oh my god.
Call that the CIA suicide.
Anybody's round here with sort of everybody bar Kaide being low. And, well, Kaide's out dead. So, yeah, very much anybody's round. Still low HP, and people will catch him. Just as Hassanate was trying to reposition. So, a slight little win for Sinners to bring it back to a tied half. But
remember, this Sinners come into the CT side with Beppo being a player without too many numbers put up. But the way this series has gone, I wouldn't be surprised if that changes 3 and 9 at the start of this half. Keep an eye out on those numbers. Doors open, flashes out, head is rolling, Stressern is slaying them all. There is not a single chance to get past this man.
he gets a second while dropping down as well, by the way. So just kind of nuts. Like, little fortune, but it favors him massively, and Shock or body spam to close. Stressern, fantastic work from him. Really, really nicely done. I'm assuming if there's a lack of a bomb plant, and by that point, again, it's a wealth of a lead. It's Sinners getting closer and closer, and on the CT side of Nuke. So all signs, once again, point towards them taking this. Break open with the smoke. Yeah, God, you're not crossing that.
Not a good way to start things. No map control, a man down, and utility almost dry. These two flashes, a dodge, Shock is ready for everything coming his way, but he still isn't getting the kills. It's Beppo to come over, buy some time and space, and that's really a critical frag. Could have been a reclamation of Shock's life, but instead, now the T side is just low, and they've got no idea how to scale onto the bomb side. Stressern might be getting tagged up. It doesn't matter. A Molotov from McQueen. Try and give them the space to take a fight further into the decon room, but as mollies will be traded, the bomb can be planted, it will be a 4v2 retake.
Well, Hassanate, nice work, nice angle, nice find, but he peaks at the worst possible time, puts it all on the shoulders of McQueen. He's stepped up time and time again, but a 1 versus 3 feels so unlikely with a flash as good as that. My oh my, Beastic, it's a beautiful flash. He was so damn blind and so damn panicked. And another round for Sinners. Bomb plant is nice. Force buy in, but not be the most consistent or clean force buy. You lose it, you fall flat. Rinse and repeat because of loss bonus. Awkward. Kiss a wreck. What have you got for us? 1 for 1, not terrible in that spot.
It's a good angle, but Stressern, as he turns away, is going to lose the fight. Fozil overruns him. It all comes down to Shock and Peepo, but the Molotov to push them away. There's not much to do but try and play for the retake. And what is that retake going to look like? It's going to be a deep flashbang out to see if you can toss Shock forward. If Shock gets a kill, fine and well. Otherwise, you go back and save.
Don't think there's anybody really holding for him, unless he's going for a real late round play, but he wasn't. Beastic, he will fall though, so isn't it a little bit more expensive at the end for the most part? It's still fine since we've got at least enough. How aggressive the Sinners want to play this. Peepo, he's in a spot as well where takes a shot. It's actually quite difficult to fall away from here because when jumping down towards the ramp, his head will be exposed if he doesn't find the first. Thankfully, he does. If he had missed that shot towards Hassanate, a lot of trouble. He doesn't, and Beastic will find one of his own as well. So 5 versus 3 very quickly.
Got us still fighting back. And the T-side players who have gotten ramp control are hoping that they can recollect onto the A side. It's a good call, right? Sinners can't go back to ramp, so they've reinforced B instead. Ruby are recognizing this. They're trying to go in onto Stressern and Kisserek, the players I mentioned first, but without a Molotov, you're not moving Stressern away from that angle. Even the spam won't help you either. Kaida alone, the only one to get a kill, and despite the good call, they don't have the equipment to make it work.
Econ shattered, back broken, and surely no route back to safety. Peepo, they're trying to make sure, but he'll get the first. The idea of the nade was nice, the execution not so much.
It does somehow buy time, and
Yeah.
Shock's just worried about how much time he's being given, but it's enough for him to find the critical kill. You're now in a 5 versus 3. And Ruby have no idea how to take any sort of map control back over. B6 often lost this duel. I'll be frank about it, but the angle is still very strong. It still feels like Kaida's the only one who can actually look for a fight. And when B-Stick vacates that, even that's gone.
Yeah, exactly that. Correct.
Hunting. Off shot missed. McQueen could not afford to give that one up.
And that'll be that. 12-7. 5 rounds to close this out now for Sinners. And you don't want to cast the Kirsten, but T, surely, I've done a fair. Eventually, the final round. We did see Sinners fall flat, though. Now, previous. This would be really important if they can find it. Need to break it open. He doesn't spot one crossing, and Molly behind, but Haseta's down.
The 1-for-1 is important over here as well. People trying to thread the needle. The bomb has been dropped. Tech 9 out, and he takes the close range duel. Kaida will win it, but he has to go back for the bomb. Suddenly, Hasanator's position doesn't feel anywhere near as powerful. CTs won't exploit the lack of the bomb, not at all. And Kaida, his AWP is scaring Shock right now, rightfully so. Shock spots the leg, and he is out. Information is all he asked for. But maybe aggression can come in from Mini instead. Kisarek is pushing forward, and now they are trying to find that bomb. They are trying to find the player who's likely recovered it as well. And the backstab on the Kaide could not be better. Trunik has missed the window to refrag it. And Hasanator, who thought his job was limited to finding the B bomb site, now has to guarantee this plant as well.
Yeah. It's tough. Sub 30 seconds, 2 versus 3. And Hasek to stay down here for a while, trying to catch rotations, but being offered up. They do get a free path to a plant, but it's just all about this flank that's brewing through Secret.
It's gone.
And it comes.
Flash in his face will not be doing anything, but the bottom doesn't get planted. The shot gets fired. Kisarek with the last one, and it is 13 for Sinners. Yes, they are shaky on Mirage, but outside of that, their performance was unquestionable now.